Now, this person is of course joking. They are trying to trigger me by calling 1 a prime number, because nowadays you're considered nothing short of a heretic for calling 1 a prime number. But do you know that was not always the case? The main reason why nowadays we do not include 1 as a prime is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. The theorem that says that every natural number bigger than 1 has a unique factorization into prime numbers. And if 1 was a prime, we could write 2 as 2, or 2 times 1, or 2 times 1 times 1, or 2 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. And there would be infinitely many different decompositions, prime factorizations of the number 2, and the theorem would be broken. But the fundamental theorem of arithmetic wasn't established as such as we know it today until the Disquisitiones by Gauss. Here you can see the section in the Disquisitiones where he formally states and proves the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. But if you go back to previous authors, including giants such as Euler, Euler is flexible about 1 being a prime, and sometimes he considers that a prime, and sometimes he doesn't. If you read through The Elements of Algebra by Euler, one of his most important books, sometimes he starts the primes at 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, etc., and sometimes, as in this table, he considers 1 to be a prime number. So he is flexible because he is not thinking about primes in the context of the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, which is now such a strong context because we have other ranks and we think of units in other contexts, that if we had units be primes, everything would be very messy. Because Euler is not thinking about the prime numbers in the context of the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. And by 1801, Gauss is putting the prime numbers inside the integers in the context of the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. But he is, by the end of his book, he is generalizing that to a broader context. He's talking about prime elements in the Gaussian integers, in z adjoint I, and he realizes that there are more units in that ring. We not only have plus and minus 1, we also have plus and minus I to worry about. And now it's clear that units are in a class of their own among numbers, so it makes perfect sense to separate 1 and minus 1 from the rest of the primes, 2, 3, 5, etc.